What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be bringing you another base identification video, and today we are talking about Sui Lalo. So Messi here, he is on his pure account. Messi is like one of our premier Lalo players in the clan. He's one of the very few people that I've seen been getting Lalo triples even before you started seeing a slight power creep back towards Lalo, and he's gonna pull off a really nice Sui Lalo in this video. So I'm gonna kind of break down the base. We're only gonna show this one replay because I'm gonna take a good amount of time really breaking down exactly how he did it. And this was a fresh attack, so I mean kudos to him because it's not too many people just putting in fresh Sui Lalos like this. But I'm gonna really break it down. Now this is something that even I have to work on myself because I used to be good with Lalo, and then the Town Hall 13 came out. The changes kind of forced it towards the ground meta, and I never really got into the swing of doing the Lalo with such, like these really wide bases and with these scatter shots. I never really just got myself fixed up to do it. So this is something that I'm going to be working on personally. But before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you for all the support. Make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Share it with your clanmates, share it with your friends. I'm trying to bring y'all something new every single day, and some things that maybe get lost in translation when you're trying to learn these attacks. Just a side note, I am going to be taking a step back from Champions War League for a couple weeks, maybe 1, maybe 2 weeks, maybe more, just depending. And the reason for that is not because like there's nothing like crazy going on, but trying to get the YouTube channel off the ground, working on getting the Discord server off the ground, and then helping out with my leadership roles in War Wheels. And at the same time, building bases. I build multiple bases for, a couple members of my clan I build for, a couple members in other clans I build for. I have 2 MLCW wars every week. It just kind of gets overwhelming. And my first responsibility is, 1, to have fun, and 2, I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing as the leader of War Wheels, or one of the leaders for War Wheels. So I'm going to be taking a step back from actually playing in these wars, kind of help out with just like the management, maybe take some pressure off the other leaders while I get my content creator stuff off the ground. So I will be back, and I'm still going to be warring. I'm still going to bring you guys top level content, and I'm still going to be doing the same old stuff. But sometimes you just need a break. I've been playing every season since season 3. Haven't taken any seasons off. So this is kind of like the prime opportunity. And I'm overseas, kind of working a lot over here. And I'm on a 6-day work schedule. And it just can get a little bit overwhelming with everything. So I'm going to go ahead and take a step back for the good of the clan. And try to just get some other people in there, have them rocking and rolling, and do what I can while I work on my own YouTube channel. So, all right, sorry for the long intro. We're going to get into the attack. So, things you're looking for with Sui Lalo at Town Hall 13. Now, like I said, I am no expert, but there's pretty much 3 different ways that you can do Lalo at Town Hall 13. 1, obviously, is your Queen Charge Lalo. Queen Charge Lalo follows a lot of the same principles as like a Queen Charge Hogs, except your back end is going to have obviously less spell support, and you're also going to have, the slower moving loons, and you're looking at different targets like air defenses, scatter shots, things. Different defenses factor in differently on whether or not you're attacking air versus ground. So you got your Queen Charge Lalo, you got your Sui Lalo, and you got your Electron Lalo. So Electron Lalo is really good when you have something like a deep Queen and an Eagle next to each other. On this base, you can see that the Queen is actually isolated down here next to this Inferno, and then the Eagle is over here with the scatter shot. So an Electron here, probably not ideal because, yeah, you could Sui for the enemy Queen, and then I guess you can Electron into this part of the base, but you have to deal with this sweeper, and that's not going to be something that you want to do with an Electron, because what ends up happening is, even if you can get your balloon into this area, when it pops, the sweeper pushes your E-Drag and your loons back, and your E-Drag targets something else, and you actually don't get the target that you were going for. So while there is good value in this base for an Electron right here, because you might be able to get, with a Sui, you'll get the air defense, and then possibility of getting this air expo, scatter shot, this Eagle artillery, and then possibly, you know, you can get something like scatter shot on like a lucky chain off of the Eagle or something, but it's not a guarantee. And again, you're fighting the sweeper and you're going to be fighting the CC, so not really an ideal situation for this base. So that leaves us with Sui Lalo, because this base is not going to get queen charged. One could argue that you could do a pretty nice sizable queen charge into this portion of the base, because it's a pretty simple wall break here. You get the Expo, Scatter, Warden, couple point defenses. You get the Eagle. On the way in, you get the Wizard Tower. Then you grab this Expo. You do another second layer wall break here. And then you're into this area of the base. But there's a lot of damage coming from this portion. You got the Warden that does a ton of damage. Then as you step up to this Eagle and you get this other wall break going, you got the single Inferno and a Scatter Shot, and you're dealing with the sweeper and the enemy king. So while you could do a queen charge on this base, it would be very, very intense, right? So Messi here is going to actually be looking at doing the Sui Lalo. Now let's look, first things first, where are these sweepers? Sweeper here, sweeper here. I'm sorry, this isn't exactly where they're pointing, but that's the general direction. So those are where your sweepers are. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut the base in half right along the CC. Okay, so you can see that this quadrant here and this quadrant here are not going to be ideal to Lalo into. So you have to pick one of these, either the 6 o'clock or the 12 o'clock compartment to do your Lalo. Now, as you're looking at where you're going to do your Lalo, you want to start looking at the defenses and things that you can grab inside those compartments. Whether it be, you know, like for example, down here at 6, you have the Queen, this Inferno, air defense, and 2 Wizard Towers, which is great value, and an Archer Tower, well, 2 Archer Towers. So huge value down here for a Lalo, right? Then you look up top. You know, you got a couple trash buildings. You still get 2 Wizard Towers if you can get the Sui right. It's a little bit more difficult to Sui for that. Get 1 air defense, Inferno, a ground Expo. You have another ground Expo that you probably won't get, and you have to deal with on your Queen or your Royal Champ or whatever you're suing. Also, if you come up top, this Clan Castle range is going to play a factor, because the CC doesn't reach the 6 o'clock, but it does reach 12 o'clock. So I'll go ahead and show you. So if you wall break something in there, you are going to pull the CC, and it might not be something that you want to have lurking out there while you do your Lalo. So there's always a chance of like a triple ice golem, and that's not something you want to deal with on your Lalo. So going back to cutting the base in segments, come here, and then we'll do the sweepers again. Let's start with the 6 o'clock area. Sorry, it's a really bad sweeper, but so let's say that we do a Sui here with the king and queen and an ice golem, and we clean all of this out. Just this bottom compartment and this Archer Tower. All right. So that leaves this part of the base left. Okay. Town Hall, 3 air defenses, 2 Infernos, 2 scatter shots, and an Eagle on the back side of the base. So this isn't a stream, so it's less interactive, but if I was to ask you what part of the base do you think you should start your Lalo from in order to get directly into the most dangerous defenses as quickly as possible, you would probably say you should come in from the 12 o'clock side. And I would agree, because coming in from 12 gives you pretty much a straight shot. Let's look at pathing. If I can get loons to come in from 12, I can go in here and here with 1 group of loons. I can drop loons here. I can drop loons here. I can go here, into here, and loons here, right? So it sounds like a lot. It's really not that complicated. Messi's actually going to make it look very, very easy. So when you're doing these loon drops, what you're doing is not only taking into consideration how many loons it takes per defense to get a defense down, but also which defense is that pack of loons actually responsible for taking down that is crucial. So this first group of loons, you know, it only takes 2 loons to take down an Archer Tower in 1 hit. However, it's going to take more than that to get down this wizard tower. So if I send in 2 loons here and I get this down, and I send in 2 loons here to start getting these down, what's going to happen is these loons that come in here are going to stall out and die. And these loons here are going to go into the cannon, get it down. They're going to go into the air defense. They're going to die. These ones are also going to die. And then my Lalo is going to stall out right here. Okay? So I'm not just looking at how many loons is it going to take to get the archer tower down. I need to be taking a look at how many loons is it going to take to get through the archer tower, through the wizard tower, through the air defense. How many loons is it going to take for me to get to the cannon and the mortar, into the other cannon, into the archer tower, and into here, okay? So let's go ahead and start like calculating them up. It's going to be, so 5 plus 1, because you never know when you're going to hit a SAM or one loon's going to die, right? So 6 there. So 6. And I always add 1 for travel time. So whatever I'm adding, it's always plus 1 for travel time, right? So if I'm going to, even if I want to do something like kill this cannon with 2 hogs, I'm adding 3, because this time that it takes the hogs to get there, I'm probably going to lose 1. So it's always plus 1 for travel time, right? All right, so 6 there. So you need 3 on the cannon to get it down. You only need 1 to get a mortar down, but 2 will get it on 1 drop. However, you need 3 to get here. So we're going to calculate for travel time. So we're probably going to go with 5 here, right? I think that's what he ends up going with, 5. And I think he ends up going with like 6 here as well. Maybe, I know it's like 13 or something in total right here, right? So let's just say 665. He probably went a little bit lighter on the mortar because he's got loons coming in this way. But you're going to do the same calculation here. You know, it takes 3 plus travel time, probably 4. And then you're looking at 2, 2. So he's probably going to do another 4. And then all that is going to come in. Now, you're going to notice on his loon drops, he's going to start here on these. And then as soon as those get to move into this first layer, what he's going to end up doing, because the goal of these loons here is not only to get the wizard tower down, but it's to cut off pathing to the wizard tower. So that these loons that come in, everything is going this way, right? And as I get to this point, then I have to start looking at where my loon's going to go next. So if I don't have this mortar down, they're going to go up to the mortar, then they're going to go up to this mortar. So at the same time that I have these loons coming in, as they start to pass this first phase line right here, I need to have other loons coming in to cut them off so that they go straight forward, and then here, and then he's also going to have other loons coming in from the side, but we're going to take a look at that in a second. So your first group of loons is usually going to be your most heavy, right? So we're going to call that our main pack of loons. And then every other loon after that is going to be part of our support group, okay? So main group of loons, boom, 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 just like this. Support loons, just like this. Maybe, I think he dropped some up there on the cannon, I'm not 100% sure. Then support loons coming in this way. So as things path, you can kind of see he's almost riding these walls in a straight line. And then as these loons come into this cannon, he's going to get into this archer tower, and they're going to take down this air defense. And what that's going to do is cause these loons to all go in here, to go in here, and then as they're in there, this archer tower is going to go down, and he's going to drop enough to get into this archer tower and into this warden platform, so that these loons continuously move just like this without passing out this way, right? So you want to imagine that you're having like a border. So this is, here, let me zoom out, make it a little bit easier. This is where you want your loons to pass the whole time, okay? At least till you get to the front side of the base. That's because remember, you're doing a Sui down here, right? So the Sui down there is taken. So the only thing that's left that you're responsible for in the base with the Lalo is these buildings down here. So this is the most important part. So as your loons come through, the name of the game is to keep them in there. So you're almost using your loons out here and your spells out here as like rails for your Lalo. If your loons come through here and they pass outside these rails, then you're off track and you're probably going to fail, because that means something got left behind. You don't want anything in this in this channel to be left behind. And that's why your first group of loons is probably always going to be your heaviest, unless you're doing like a conscript kind of Lalo where you do like a big L-shaped drop where you go like two huge groups and they kind of sandwich together. But that's for another video. It doesn't really work at Town Hall 11 or Town Hall 13. So you want to keep your loons in here, and you want these loons to kind of push these loons where you want them, right? You want to kind of like box them in. Think of it like water's flowing through here, like a channel, and you're using like squeegees on each side to push them where you want, okay? Because as you can see, this will represent where my main pack of loons is going to come in from and where they're going to go. And then what you're going to end up seeing is that my support loons are also going to get on this line, because as they come in to kind of support these loons, the next defense is inside of my channel. So now my support loons have reinforced my main pack of loons. So now as everything is pushing this way, as those support loons are pushing my main group this way, they now also become my main group of loons. Okay? And I'm going to highlight this in real slow motion. We're going to go through the replay. This is going to be a longer video, guys, just in case, you know, if you really want to sit down and learn this. I apologize for the length of this one, but Lalo is not something that you could just breeze through in Legends attacks. All right, so now that we have our ideal Lalo pathing, where we want to come into base, what we need to figure out now is how are we dealing with the elephant in the room, which is this Town Hall and this sweeper, right? Because I still have a wizard tower, still got all these point defenses down here, this air defense, expo, all this stuff, right? So I want to come through here and I want to wrap around this way. How do I deal with this? Because I'm dealing with down here. Lalo is responsible here. So how am I going to get that? Well, at Town Hall 13, we have kind of an advantage that other Town Halls didn't always have, and that's the battle blimp with the Hound or the Dragons and the Super Goblins. So what you can do, and the best way to do this, is to send this in with your main group of loons. So that's going to be what's responsible for the Town Hall. Now, how am I going to clear all this out? Because what I don't want to happen is to send my loons in here. Like, oh, I'm going to start my main pack of loons. 3 of them go this way and 2 of them go this way. Because then these just pick them off and RC picks them off. And I also don't want to end over here with my loons. So my loons make it all the way through here, fine and dandy. Oh, we got a wizard tower, an air defense, and an RC left. So let's go ahead and clear that. They're going to murder my balloons, right? So that's you can't have that. You have to have something that's responsible for these heroes and these, you know, this air defense. You can't have anything really on the back end that, when I say back end, I don't mean where your Lalo is going to end. What I mean is behind where you're starting, okay? So how are we going to deal with that? Well, Messi's going to use an Ice Golem, and he's going to use his Royal Champ. Now, his Ice Golem and his Royal Champ are going to be responsible for, let's go blue for the Ice Golem, and then we'll go red for the Royal Champ. Now, I don't know if this was intentional, right? I'm going to say it was intentional, but his Royal Champ is going to actually end up getting these 3, I believe 5 buildings, and the enemy RC, because the Ice Golem is going to tank. It's going to tank all these point defenses and the enemy RC. Your RC is going to kill the enemy RC, and then the Seeking Shield is actually going to go from the Wizard Tower to the air defense into the expo into the sweeper. So you can kind of gauge that just by knowing, like, it's really important to understand where you pop the Royal Champ ability, because it doesn't just go to the closest buildings to her. It goes to the first closest defense to her, and then the next closest defense, and then the closest defense to that, and then the closest defense to that. So you're not always going to get the closest defenses per se to her, okay? So like I said, I'm gonna call that intentional, because getting that sweeper was OP, but it was very good identification on how to get the enemy queen, the enemy RC, 2 air defenses, 3 wizard towers, and then set up his pathing, right? So we're gonna go white for down here, This is your king and queen and ice golem. Let's go red for down here. This is your RC and ice golem. We'll go yellow for the town hall. This is your hound and goblins. Now, you're not going to get these expos, but these expos are on ground. Okay? So, you don't really have to... Your Lalo is not going to be affected by that. And again, I always preach dead spaces. But these two builder huts right here, as you Lalo in this way, this dead space is going to act as like a shield from them going to those expos. Because everything's going to still be closer. Alright? So... that's the bottom half of your base, what your heroes were responsible for. Kind of messed it up because I drew some more. So let's go ahead and redo it. Let's go white, king, queen, ice golem. Let's go red, RC. And then yellow, lava hound, super goblins. All right, so now you can see I have a very realistic path for my Lalo, and it looks just like this. Just like that. Now, that's the path that I want my loons to travel in. This first layer I want down for my loons coming through the middle, right? So this is my bumper. Nothing can pass this. Okay, this outside path right here, or this outside line, nothing can go outside of that from the inside. Now, I can send troops outside, inside the bumper, but I cannot send troops, or I cannot let those troops go outside the bumper from the inside. So that's the name of the game. Don't let your troops go outside your lane. It's like a bowling ball, right? You put up rails, or whatever they're called, bumpers. You put up bumpers for little kids so they don't get gutter balls the whole time. Well, just think of those as those are your bumpers, and if you go outside those, you're throwing a gutter ball. Okay. Gee, I don't know why that was so hard to say. So here you go. Now, when we see these drops, just pay close attention to kind of how patient he is with his spells. He's going to pre-drop 2 spells at the very beginning because he knows exactly where he needs those, right? And pre-dropping those spells can just save you some time on your loon drops. That way you don't have to like re-click your troop bar and do all that. So, but after that, he's going to be very, very kind of patient and strategic with his spells. And you're going to notice a good majority of his spells are actually not inside his bumpers. They're actually outside the bumpers. And I'm going to show you why as we go through that. All right. So that's the identification of the base portion. Now we're going to go in 1.5. Well, we're going to, go over the whole Sui, but we're going to go in slow motion for the Lalo so you guys can really get a good breakdown of what's going on. All right, so here we are. We're at the start of the attack. Go ahead and press play. We're going to watch the opener, okay? So first thing you notice, he's got 2 ice golems, like I said. 2 ice golems, 1 for the RC, 1 for his queen. First ice golem is going to go ahead and tank this single inferno for his queen. And he's going to use his king to funnel this way so his queen and ice golem can just step in here with that 1 wall breaker, okay? So that's the setup. I'm going to have a video going over good Sui value and good ways to do it, but this is not that video, so just going to show y'all how he did it. So ice golem comes in, king comes in. And this guy, the base builder here is using these storages to kind of try to avoid this, right? Because he wants his queen to get so stuck up on these storages that the freeze wears off and queen forces her ability through the inferno, which is fine, especially when you're doing the Sui, because when you're under the ability, you're going to just get more value and then everything's going to die off at the end. But if you get all the way through the inferno, you'll get everything else behind that. So ice golem over here is almost dead. RC's tagging the enemy RC. You're going to see that go down, so let's kind of get in between. Now his RC is going to step over to this wizard tower. Yep. See that? That shield was OP. Queen's going to lock on. Get the enemy queen. And see what I meant? He ends up freezing the enemy queen because it does wear off, so the storages did work pretty well, but he still gets what he needs. Believe he gets the air defense. Oh, pause right there because Messi's a really fast attacker, and he knows that Lalo has a high propensity to time fail. So he goes ahead and he's gonna start cutting his funnel already. Like I said, it only takes one loon to kill a mortar, but he sends in enough just to make sure he gets the job done because he has this, and he doesn't know if there's Teslas. So if there is Teslas back here, if he only sent in one, not only wouldn't he get this, but it would cost him two more to get it. So instead of playing the guessing game, he sends in three. If a Tesla pops, he'll get the mortar with one drop, and he'll get the Tesla with one drop. Still gets his funnel set. Okay. You don't always have to be cheap with your funnel. Queen's gonna get the air defense. Notice one thing that he's doing. He's already hit his king ability. He's already hit his royal champ ability. He's already hit his queen ability. There is nothing that you can do, and there's nothing that's gonna happen by you staring at your queen while she dies that's gonna make your attack go any better. You hit the ability, you live with what she gets. I believe she's gonna get the air defense with two more shots. Not 100% sure, but I believe that ends up happening. But as you can see, he is already into his Lalo. So I am going to actually back out and then come right back. All right, let's get back to the Lalo portion ×4 because I want y'all to see how he does this Lalo. Like I said, if you don't like the stopping and pausing and stuff, I apologize, but there's really no other way to explain these. So he gets those loons in. Boom, boom. All right. So with his funnel set from the top side here, now you can see he's trimming his path to go exactly where we talked about. Loons into here, loons into here, and he wants those hasted. He wants those done quickly because he doesn't want to spend a lot of time in front of this wizard tower. Same thing here. He's got loons going to come in here and loons going to come in here. What that's going to do, because there's two tiles right there and two tiles right there. That's the spacing. So if he drops loons on both of these defenses, one group is going to go this way. One group's going to come in here and they're going to go this way, right? So you're going to all get into this area here. Now he's going to have a lava hound coming in from like this direction to tank that while it's all going on. But everything's going to get in here really quickly. Before the lava hound pops, he's going to have loons in here. Then you're going to see the loons coming in from here. So now he's establishing his bumpers, right? He's establishing where he wants his bumpers at, his rails. You're going to start seeing him force those loons to stay in there by keeping this cannon down, by keeping this mortar down. Now he's established this, and it even goes to here because you're going to see him get this down, okay? But that's the plan. Those are early haste. Now what? We're going to pay really close attention to his loon drops. So he's got 6 loons there. Looks like 5 over here. Another 5 over here. Now watch as these loons hit. He's got 2 hounds there. Pulls the CC, not a big deal. Now this is the moment that I was talking about that was important. These loons are coming in here while the air defense is tanked, while the wizard tower was tanked. So these loons took no damage. The loons he dropped in on top are going for this cannon, which will then go for the archer tower. These loons in here are going straight for this air defense. So these 3 buildings will all go down at the same time. Now if those 3 buildings all go down at the same time, how do I make sure I have a good, healthy group of loons to go in here and here? He drops another 4 loons to the mortar. Don't need 4 loons for the mortar, but you do need 4 loons for the wizard tower. And what does that end up doing for him? That adds another group of loons. So his support loons are going to join up inside the bumpers and become part of his main pack of loons. He's still got 1 hound and 9 more balloons, and he's got this blimp coming in, and he's already got his cleanup down. Cleanup's already down, okay? Here we come. Poisons the CC. Now look, next hound's already coming in. because like I said, he's managing his bumpers here. So this goes down into the Archer Tower. That goes down. The next closest defense is this air defense. So what you're going to see is this whole side goes down. And if you notice, that means that with this down, we still are maintaining our bumper. And these loons, as they come in, because they're going to be tanked for, because everything's shooting this lava hound, are going to join in here and become part of his main group of loons. What else do we see? Another big group of loons. Looks like 5 more. Now he's got like a weird split thing going on here where he probably was trying to directly target this Archer Tower, but it's fine because this is going to go down. Now look, these loons are going to come in here and they're going to go here because these buildings will be down. He's going to drop another haste out here somewhere. As these goes down, watch what happens to our bumper. Down, 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 down. Nothing's leaving our bumper that we established. Everything's coming in here. Now everything inside this compartment is going to be shooting this lava hound for a while, giving his loons time to get in here. Now these loons are traveling straight across the base, and that's the big main group of loons. So he's got something like 13, gonna be like 17 loons coming in there. So that's a big healthy group of loons, and he's gonna get this wizard tower down. He's got a ground expo, a single inferno. This is the only thing that's gonna cause him problems until he reaches this compartment. Scattershot is gonna be tanked on the lava hound for a little while. Still got 2 free spells, 2 rage spells, 3 haste spells, and he's got the Grand Warden ability. So he's looking really good. This is when your spells become very paramount to whether or not your Lalo succeeds or not. So he's coming through. Haste. Now, gonna go ahead and pause it here. Just imagine if these loons, as you can see, they go to this bomb tower. If these loons went to this bomb tower, then they went in here, and he didn't have anything taking these down, right? His loons would have to split this way, then out here, then back around, and then come in to the Warden platform. Now he does get a split here for the Eagle, which is good. And this is tanked for right now, which is good. So he's going to get a good split that goes something like this. But you can see he's got a very good size of loons that are going to come in here. And they're going to come in here. These loons are joining up with his main pack, leaving the support and becoming the main group of loons as we come through our channel. Same thing with these loons. They're going to come in and they're going to join this channel. Okay, everything's still tanked. He's still got almost a full health lava hound. Scattershot's tanked on there. Bomb tower doesn't hurt Lalo. These are all in range, so it's not going to hurt them at all. Ground expo doesn't hurt. Everything's tanked. Warden hits like a truck. Not really going to affect the Lalo. He does have a scattershot down here, but this is going to be the area where you start to look at your tome because you're going in those scattershots. Got the hound with the ground skellies, or the super goblins, so that's going to go down. Looking really, really good here. Look at that split. Catches the tornado trap, which is not ideal. But look at that freeze. Gets the scatter and the eagle. And look at what we got here. Now, he lost one loon on this side. But they're going to haste in here. And they're going to get in here pretty quick while these loons come through the scatter shot. But if he didn't get this Archer Tower down, his loons would go in here. Then they would go here and ride this down. Never getting these until, it's too late. At that point, the scatter shots ruined your loons, right? So he catches the tornado. You're going to catch some traps on a Lalo that are going to be unfortunate. But if you do the Lalo correctly, you'll have more than enough loons. He's got all his loons, not only in that pathway he's created. It's almost perfect. Like, the pathway we talked about, it is almost identical to what we drew up at the start of the attack. Okay, so this is unfortunate, but what's going to happen is because he's going to get this down, his loons are going to come into here, They're going to clip this Rage. He's going to pop the Eternal Tome, and he's going to have loons that go toward the Eagle and loons that go towards the Warden Tower. And that is going to spell the end of this base. So here we go. Support loons come in. Now they're joining the main pack. Gets that nice split. Gets another Rage down. Now, again, these support loons doing him some real justice here, because now from the Eagle, he's going to get the Sweeper and the Scatter next. And he's still got the Tome going. So because he knocked this out, these are the next, this next line is going down. And then on the back side, you got a Bomb Tower, a Cannon, a Ground Expo, and one Wizard Tower, a couple Teslas. That single's not doing anything. Here comes the Sweeper. Now you're in range of the Scatter Shot, you're safe, right? So it's like a race to get in that range. Scatter Shot goes down. Buildings there go down. Now, I mean, unfortunately, his Royal Champ didn't pop these Teslas. But that's the beauty of a fresh attack. The Goblins do end up pulling the ground CC. And this is where the attack kind of is unfortunate, because they are ground expos, so they're not doing any damage. However, your loons will still go to those defenses, obviously. But we looked at it in 1.5, so it seems like we've been looking at the same attack for a long time. However, let's go ahead and times 4 it. I'm just going to show you how fast this actually was. And I think he ended up having like 20 seconds left or something like that, which is crazy considering how much of the base he laloed. So we're going to go back and we're going to watch it one time at full speed, because this is not something that you're just going to learn from watching Messi do it one time. This is something that you're going to have to practice, because this is really, really about timing. So here comes the Sui. Again, knowing exactly what he's suing for, knowing exactly when he can stop paying attention to the Sui. Gets the wall break, king's down, get the Ice Golem in. Ice Golem's going to freeze. Gets the other Ice Golem down. He knows his queen is safe. Goes ahead and gets his RC and his other Ice Golem down. Very good patience. Okay, check on your RC. Okay, hit the ability. All right, forget the RC. Now the ability's done. Hit the queen. All right, queen's done. Oh, wait, am I going to get the enemy queen? All right, let me drop a freeze. All right, that's it. Now I'm going in my Lalo. Maybe a minion down here at 3 Messi would have been nice. Go ahead and get my pathing together. Get my spells down. Here we go. Watch how quick this goes. There goes those minions. This is the hard part about Lalo that a lot of people struggle with. Is because you have so much going on that you kind of lose focus. That's what I struggle with. There's a lot going on with Lalo. With a hybrid, it's not as much going on. With hogs, it's kind of like a heal spell. But when he's coming through here, he's got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of scroll bar, a lot of spells. So this is something that you have to get kind of accustomed to doing. You don't just wake up and do it overnight. Because this was very, very quick. I mean, he's doing a Lalo through 2 scatter shots. It's pretty insane on its own. 2 Infernos and 2 scatter shots. Without getting the Town Hall down with his heroes. So, 1 minute of cleanup. I'm not going to sit through all that. But yes, just to cover the basics, you're never going to see like an Inferno Tower on the outside of the base. If you do see an Inferno Tower that you can snipe off with loans, you're looking at 5 or 6 to one-shot it. Probably on the safe side 6. Eagle Artillery, I think it's something crazy like 8 in order to get it one shot on an Eagle Artillery, unless it's under a Rage or something. For a Wizard Tower, I believe it's 4 for a one-shot, but you're probably going to lose those loons if you're going directly into a Wizard Tower. So kind of might have to think about tanking that with like a giant or something. Archer Tower, 2 loons will kill an Archer Tower, but if you lose 1, then the chances of you killing that Archer Tower with just 1 drop dramatically. So usually people will use 2 if nothing else is covering the Archer Tower. If there is something else covering the Archer Tower, then you use 3. 1 acts like a tank. For Teslas, you can do a 1-1 trade for a loon and a Tesla. However, when you're dealing with Teslas, if they're not like a corner Tesla, chances are there's going to be more than one of them. But you can 1-for-1 loon trade. Most people will bring 2, especially for a Tesla farm, and they'll drop 2 loons per Tesla in the Tesla farm. That'll clear out a Tesla farm. So 10 loons or 8 loons, however many you need to bring. Maybe even 6 because, synergy tanking. But in a cannon is, again, 2. But if there's anything covering the cannon, like air defense, which there probably will be, then you're going to be looking into using 3 to clear the cannon. All right, guys. Well, that was the Sui Lalo. I'm not the biggest advocate of Lalo, but I am going to be practicing. I am going to be learning, and I'm going to be bringing you guys some of my own Sui Lalo attacks in the near future. Thank you guys for following. I know it was a long video. I hope I can help by providing you like the slowed down version of it, because a lot of times you can learn those minute details by just slowing it down and kind of understanding before it's happening what was he looking to do. And I was trying to show you what he was looking to do by showing the path that he was looking to create. You'll hear a lot of those Lalo experts say, oh, I'm just looking for the pathing, or the pathing is really nice for Lalo here. And then you look at the basing, you're thinking, what the heck is he talking about? There's like defenses everywhere. But if you know what you're looking at, and you can identify that lane and how many loons it's going to take to ride that lane, and also support the loons that are riding that lane, that's when you can really start seeing, oh, I can Lalo this whole part, and then I can use my heroes here, or I can use an electron here, or that's when you start putting the pieces together. And after that, it's all about familiarity and timing. So I encourage you all, cook some Sui Lalo, cook some electron, some queen charge Lalo, get into it, because with these 4 ground expo metas, all these ground traps, all these ground skellies, 3 ice golem CC, stuff like that, it's really looking like a good time to start whipping out those Sui Lalos. All right, like I said, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you give me a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, baby. You're doing an amazing job with the videos. And thank you for throwing such a great birthday for our baby girl. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.